business cycles. Yeah. The business cycles.
So I received a near perfect score on my written driver's test. This is ages ago, of course. I passed, but I missed one question, which of course the perfectionist in me still remembers to this day, on brand. And that question is, when driving on the road, what is the single most important rule of thumb? Anyone remember this one? I said something about being 2 car lengths behind the car in front of you or something like that. Well, the correct answer was go with the flow. This is New Jersey. I can't vouch for other states. Human beings aren't able to work like machines. We have biological and cognitive limitations that factory equipment and AI don't. Research indicates that the human brain operates in cycles of 90 to 120 minutes, known as ultradian rhythms. After this period, cognitive performance tends to decline. So, working for around 90 minutes, then taking a break, can help maintain productivity long term. Some experts recommend that knowledge workers do 1 to 2 hours of high intensity work followed by a break. Working continuously for more than 2 or 3 hours is likely to lead to diminishing returns in terms of performance and productivity. In my first big corporate job, I worked for a very lovely woman who used to ask me to give her periodic verbal updates in her office in between our weekly staff meetings. So now listen, I'm going to admit it, I was young and a little cocky. I was running circles around people, and I was defensive about these informal chats, believing them to reflect her lack of confidence in me. And as a result, our relationship suffered. And despite my dazzling, at the time, database design work, I didn't do well that year. I remember my dad's advice to me when I complained about what I perceived to be her neediness. He just said, Mary, this is part of work too. If you're being hyper productive at work, you may be neglecting one of the most important aspects of your job, building and maintaining interpersonal relationships. And if you're in Act 3 of your career, this should be most of what you're focusing on. Now, this is going to vary from role to role, but stepping away from your laptop and taking time to have lunch or coffee with your colleagues is going to be just as, if not more important than anything you do on your computer. And my last point is around the unpopularity of brown nosers. Ever go to school with a student who raised their hand constantly to answer questions or who asked the teacher for extra credit work? If you were this kid in school or grew up to be an adult people pleaser who over-identifies with work, you may find yourself disliked and resented by your colleagues or even your boss. Yes, I said it, your boss. Why would they resent you for taking it upon yourself to work harder than necessary? Because they didn't ask you to. And that is your job, to do what your boss asks you to do. If you are too good, too efficient, and too capable, your boss may actually start to find this behavior as threatening as your peers. All of this is to say and to validate what your mind and body are already telling you. Take care and take your time. Hang tight, psychos. We'll be right back.
The optimal work pace and production speed will vary based on individual factors such as personal energy levels, the nature of the work, and overall workload. Crucial to your emotional and cognitive health are regular breaks, good time management, and attention to your own mind and body's cues, which will vary over time. We all have had the experience of running fast for a while, only to wake up one morning and find ourselves surprised and annoyed that we don't have the same energy. We struggle to get out of bed, but push through the day anyway. By evening, we come to realize that, we're sick, we have the flu, we have a headache. Like, being in touch with yourself is important to both your personal well-being and to sustaining high performance over time. Your career is a 40-year marathon, not a sprint. Pace accordingly. There's something about calm even-tempered executive presence, emotional regulation, and aristocratic presentation, which is tightly entwined with ascending professionally. In fact, I would argue that it transcends into personal ascension too. There's a difference between meeting expectations and rapport building and coming across as being over placating and operating in hyper production mode. The latter sends a message that you're junior, insecure, and subservient to those around you. Regardless of your role, title, or level in the organization, this is not how you want to be seen. So carry yourself with the calm confidence of royalty and operate with measured and methodical grace. The vibrations you send off will make others around you feel at ease, see you as a natural leader, and will help to buffer your energy stores to protect against burnout.
Hey, fellow psychos, if you enjoyed the show, please click like, subscribe, and share it with other psychos you know. We'd also love to hear from you, so please hit us up on our socials. We're at Business Psychos Pod on Instagram, YouTube, and Facebook.